Dream at night, dream at night, dream wise at night. What's the deal, family? What's the deal? Dream wise here for another one. Yes, so I wanted to dive deep into the signs you're ignoring are costing you. The signs you are ignoring are costing you. I want to dive into this book, Seven Laws of Dark Power, Brother Panic. And I just want to give y'all the understanding of how important it is to play in the invisible world. See, a lot of times what happens is we be so caught up with these two eyes in this fake world that the distraction can set on heavy for our ass. Then all of a sudden, we're in our animal human survival mode instinct. I'm gonna read some of this book for the family. I'm on TikTok and YouTube. TikTok and YouTube. Shout out to y'all on TikTok. If you don't know me on TikTok, come to YouTube and just put in Dream Wise. You'll find me. So it's important for us to not ignore these signs. And what's up, YouTube family? What's up? What's up? What's the deal? I am Crown. What's up, babe? Modest More. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, y'all leave me questions on this hot topic, because essentially it's going to enliven somebody's spirit.
Message.
Straight up and down, baby. I cannot make it up. And you know, this is probably one of the most important topics you can ever understand. Your spiritual self, your spiritual mind, and the invisible intelligence that's actually running the show. A lot of times we ignore this invisible synchronistic message, and it's giving us all the answers to our questions, our internal questions. And these internal questions are something we ask unconsciously or even consciously. What's the deal? Lunch with Lou. What's good? What's good? Y'all leave y'all questions if y'all got any. So I had a consultation the other day, and man, I'm just gonna keep it real quick and sweet. The God was dropping some bombs on all these signs and synchronicities he was telling me. I was like, damn, that happened? Yeah, and then this. And he's like, damn, that happened? Yeah, dream. And then without just revealing so much, I was like, well, what you do about it? Not a goddamn thing. And I'm sitting here like, nigga, you probably missing your $1 million plays. God damn. Now, one of them was kind of extreme, like moving, but you know, Spirit is just giving you the plays and the understanding to let you know that, hey, if you make this move, if you make this jump, if you just leave this particular apartment complex you've been in for the past 8 years, things will start to shift, turn, and maneuver in your favor. So I want to give you all the plays and understanding of how Spirit communicates to you, because I think it's very, very important for us to understand that and, you know, really grasp the nature of the invisible intelligence you call your higher self. Some people call it God. This invisible intelligence is ultimately you, your own universe. What's up, Cosmic 777? See that? If that ain't a sign for your ass, I don't know what is, baby. I am Crown. Was good. Korea was good. Was good, family. You and the Goddess was live the other day. I appreciate that. I am Crown. We're gonna keep on going. You know, we're gonna keep on moving, keep on shaking. That's crazy because I'm about to move in a couple of months. Come on, Spirit. Hey, big moves, big moves. Hey, y'all let me know where y'all from, where y'all at. Tell me where y'all at. Rep your city. Rep your hood. H-Town, baby. Hey, I got them diamonds in my mouth. I'm going to read some of Panic's book so we can break free and break through to this understanding even deeper. So I want the family to understand, like, there is no such thing as a coincidence. And you got to realize this to the core. You are not going to, what they say, transit. Let's call it transition, because I don't like the word dying, because dying got so strong or a negative connotation to it. But you're not going to transition and disappear. You got to play in the dream realm, the lucid dreaming realm, the astral realms, right? To get more, I don't even like to say evidence, but just to understand how powerful you are and what you ultimately are is beyond a physical contraption. When you do play in the lucid dreaming realm, essentially what happens is you gain a stronger pull on symbols, a stronger understanding on symbols, because you're not just in the dream spinning game and chopping it up and da 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 da. Yeah, there's moments of you speaking English, but the bigger idea is the pictures, right? So these pictures are telling you 1,000 stories. These 1,000 stories is laying out a blueprint for the answer you're trying to receive. And one of the biggest travesties is when, like I was telling y'all about my guy and my consultation, my bro guy, just missing the signs and symbols can hold you back, can fuck you up. It's almost like missing an opportunity to, you know, take a trip, take a fabulous trip to Dubai or whatever, right? And you turn it down because you got to go to work. Hell, I don't got no more days to lose. You turn that bitch down because you gotta go to work. You like, nah, I don't got no more. I use all my PTO up. I wish I could go on this fabulous trip you're giving me, Grandma Lou, but I gotta go to work and I can't miss that many days. But lo and behold, Spirit put that trip in your face, in your vicinity, in your frequency, in your reality. So that you can meet the girl of your dreams. Because you've been having a problem with American women down here. God damn. We'll get off of that story. So yeah, it's important to understand your stories. It's important to understand this thing and understand it to the core. Where can we purchase the books if copies are available? What's up, 3 Anubis? What's up, Celestial? Okay, Little Rock Arkansas. I see y'all. What's good? Why does your spirit send you signs through various animals and insects? Well, you know, these animal spirits are an aspect of the energy that the animal exudes. So if you see a lion, obviously you're gonna move with courage, right? If you see a bird, you know, whatever that bird kind of represents, you got to think about flying high or soaring above the playing field. You feel me? Remember, anything flying is just simply getting off your feet, off the earth, right? And thinking in a higher way of thinking. So what happens is a lot of times we just don't understand the energetic symbolism of it. You feel me? And we got to understand it quickly in order to catch the play and move with spirit to, you know, make the certain play. So anything flying is usually a higher way of thinking, right? Remember, even when you see people levitating, that's just a symbol for you being higher than the earth realm. You're levitating off the ground, right? So we got to understand that to the core. See, these signs that you ignore are not just coincidence and not just happenstance. They are huge plays for you to, uh, um, make a move, right? Make some actionable moves. And, they start off small. It could be just a feeling, a repeated thought that you might have, right? You had a conversation with your brother and it was kind of weird, but you know what I'm saying? You was really attentive to it. Obviously, a dream is a big one, right? Your dreams are definitely symbols. You got to remember those ain't no coincidences. And these things you call coincidences that keeps happening, that's not a coincidence. That's spirit trying to get your attention. If you keep on seeing 777, 823, 88, you better, if you keep seeing these repeated numbers, you better look up and understand what spirit is trying to communicate to you. What's good, y'all? What's good? I see y'all in here, man. What's good? What's good? Oh, Anubis, you can publish his Panics book from his website, occultlectures.com. My fairy godmother got you. She's sending them out. occultlectures.com. Khadijah's family is sending them out faster than Panic, nigga. And I'm going to read some of this just so we can break the spell of using these two eyes and use these first eyes. First eye meditation, first eye supplements, get them in. So it starts off small, right? Sometimes it starts off small, but then it gets annoying. And that's the real game. That's when you know you fucking up. You see, you keep thinking about leaving your job. And I just always use the job one because that's the big one for a lot of people. And every single week, something happens that reminds you of how miserable you are at that job. And you know what I'm saying? You start seeing signs and symbols of another job opportunity that you were interested in, but it doesn't pay as much. So now you're putting your survival in front of spirit. You're resisting the assignment, right, that spirit is giving you because you're believing in a logical pursuit of this job pays more money, but this other job you keep on seeing signs and symbols of is something you like to do, and you keep on seeing the signs and symbols of it, but you don't make the play because your survival is more important. Your higher self is like, nigga, I'm giving you the assignment. Just trust and believe. I'm going to put you in a more lucrative, abundant situation if you just make the move. The sign is clear. See, the action attached to it might be uncomfortable. And you just got to understand that every sign and symbol is not going to be a comfortable situation. Like I was telling the Patreon family the other day, when I was doing that Sunday service, when I first started it, right, I had to reach out to people and see if they wanted to interview. And I did not want to do that shit at all. So I'm going through my head over and over and over again. Do I really want to do the Sunday service? Because I didn't really like reaching out to people to interview them and stuff of that nature. And sure, slowly but surely, Spirit just kept on saying, no, you got to do it. Just do it. I'm seeing signs there. I'm having dreams. I'm like, God damn, why Spirit? Why me? Like, damn, I don't want to be the interview dude. So much so, I brought D-Ray on so she can help me kumbaya in the situation because, nigga, I don't want to talk to these niggas. So now I'm sitting there in a conundrum with my ego, and spirit is giving me clear as day signs. And then one day I was just fed up. I'm talking to D-Ray about it. I'm in the passenger seat, she driving, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm just talking and going in, da, da, da. And boom, I look over to my right, and I see a, a license plate that just says "Just do it" as I'm talking about it. And I said, all right, that was my final straw. I couldn't help it. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And boy, do you believe, boy, me getting over that ego hump and doing that Sunday service for them few 3 years, won't you believe it put me in such an abundant, lucrative situation? Because now, boom, I got friends. Now I make friends with these people because we just not only building on camera, we building off the camera, right? Business opportunities, this and that. You feel me? Me and Brother Yosef been doing events for years now, right? I just did something with Miss Blue the other day on 8/8, right? Which was fire and a lucrative opportunity. Me and Miss Blue cool. Me and this person cool. Yada, yada, yada. I can go on and on and on. So much so that one of my partners, Kamani, y'all know, y'all probably seen with on Brother Panic's tapes, his old tapes, with Panic there and then Kamani or Elijah there. He wrote this book called Get Out of Your Job or something like that, or how do you leave your job, how to work for yourself or whatever. Panic was promoting it, he was promoting it, it was a spiritual book, whatever. I bought it. Long story short, 2 years later, he sends out an email to everybody that bought it. I respond to the email because during that time I'm doing the Sunday service. Boom. I respond to the email, reach out to him, Kamani, me and him become tight, cool. Boom, we built a close-knit bond. We did another business venture together, and we just was rolling ever since. Boom. Anyway, long story short, another 2 years come back later, and I give him a call randomly one day, just randomly. Hey, what you doing, Kamani? He said, man, look, I'm sitting here trying to figure out this supplement thing. I got this supplement company that I work with, and I'm trying to figure it out. I said, oh, yeah, tell me more. Message. And sure enough, these motherfucking supplements done set me free, boy. So I say all that to say is that it's not going to look pretty at the beginning. Sometimes it's not, because spirit is like, all right, how the fuck I'm gonna get him to this particular spot? You're just gonna have to trust and believe that if you follow that internal knowing, because it is a knowing that you're feeling, then you'll be winning in the grand scheme of things. Y'all know, that friendship that's draining you. You be knowing, you like, damn, man, what the fuck? But you cutting them off, you might feel like, oh man, but I'm gonna be lonely. Who I'm gonna talk to now? Intuition versus fear. Intuition versus fear. See, intuition is quiet and direct. It's not no second guessing it. You just, damn, I really don't need to be fucking with this nigga. Ha! Hey, y'all know I ain't lying. And you try to ignore it. See, you ignoring it now. You, nah, G, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit you talking about, boy. Nah, but he cool. You know what I mean? They start running back. It's quiet and direct. It's like a goddamn boom, and you're like, oh, fuck. And then the ego start coming in. That monkey brain start really hitting your ass heavy. You feel me? God damn. What's up, Sleuth? What's up? Spirit told me to call off work and I smacked for 1,700 on sportsbook. Hey, Lunch with Lou, I say. Shout out to the God, baby. That's what I'm talking about. 1,700. That's that 8 too, Lou. You know it. That's that 8. What's up, Jock? What's good? Dream. I just canned from a stressful job yesterday where I wasn't getting paid enough. I know something better is coming. I've been seeing 888 for months. Ashe, Korea. Just know that it's coming, and just know that if you trust and follow spirit, eventually it might even hurt sometimes too. That's the thing. We gotta put that into account, because a lot of times the pain actually transformed you into a new person. So now spirit had to take you out of an uncomfortable situation or a comfortable situation to make you feel that pain, so you can change your cells in your body and become a monster. Your whole physiological language changes. You feel me? I'm just keeping it real. Nobody ain't gonna keep it real like this with y'all. I'm just telling you what it is. Everybody want to just give y'all that love and light shit. I'm just telling you what it is. Like, you gotta think, this world, see, good and bad, right and wrong, that's a construct of the ego, right? You came here to experience these things in this human vessel. And essentially, right, spirit ain't looking at your struggle moments. It's just looking at what you're asking, and it's saying, all right, well, let me put this person in another body. They're gonna have to feel something, because this body that they're in is not quite working. So boom, now all of a sudden you lose your job. You mentally say, hey, nobody ain't never gonna treat me like that again. I promise, nigga. I guarantee it. And sure enough, you go on kamikaze mode. Straight, going to the gym, eating healthier, green juices, just to get more focus and more energy to whoop a nigga's ass.
Sorry about you.
Just telling you what it is, man. Hold on, let me see what they talking about on TikTok. What's up, y'all on TikTok? What's good? What's good? What's good? Join me on YouTube if you're on YouTube. Join me on YouTube if you are. I'm on YouTube. Join me on YouTube as well. Where was I at? Okay, let me read some of Panic book, because this is where we get to the crust of this thing. On the 7 laws of dark power, remember, you can get it from occultlectures.com. Somebody please put it in the chat for me. Put it in the chat, because we do want to patronize my fairy godmother and Panic as well, because still energy shown to the family. I wanted to read this part because I thought it was interesting and very good to have faith, how to know how to have faith. Like Neo, for any of this magic to work, you must begin to believe. And this isn't what's called blind belief, like people have for Jesus because of their Sunday school training. This is the belief in what you know and have convinced yourself. Note, you should not be in the business of proving anything to anyone but yourself. And if what you know perhaps contradicts what others may say on that same subject, then you are doing shit right. Always remember, a real teacher makes more teachers. I share my information with masters who sleep. My goal is to wake up, self-empower, and then leave you the fuck alone. If you leave me the fuck alone, I show you the door, Neo. The rest is on you. This is how all this shit truly is supposed to work. The powers that rule you put out a lot of fearful images and ass whippings, but what they really need you to do is react. Your reaction, emotional or physical, is the most important thing they need to get you to think about. Then you are directing your spirit in their cause, which is the name of the game. So essentially what Panic is saying right there is that sometimes especially when you see all these distractions of the day and these worries and struggles of the day, essentially they just need you, the powers that be, to need you to stay workers. To stay workers, because essentially that worker energy is, how would you say, it is vital for the production of this society to keep running. That God bless America thing. And essentially, you know what I'm saying, when we're saying we're thinking outside of the box, we're not playing by their rules, right? So a great example of this is when you're ready to leave your job, leave that job. Don't give them a 2-week notice. Why, Dream? Why? Because they're going to fire you anyway. And they're not going to tell you you got 2 weeks. They're going to say, nigga, get out now. You got 30 minutes to clear your desk. And, that's not, you might say, oh, that's not fair, but they're playing by their rules. So you have to be able to play by your rules and know that, see, sometimes we have been so blindsided that we're addicted to the morale of this earth realm. So we're addicted to the rules based off of, that's all we always know. But trust and believe, these motherfuckers ain't playing by no damn rules. They're making their own rules up. They're telling you the rules and hoping you play by them. So when spirit is communicating to you, right, your gut says, don't take this opportunity. But your brain might say, but what if it's, but what if it's the one? But no, your brain is definitely going to say like, man, the money I'm going to receive and everything like that. See, every opportunity doesn't mean you got to take it, right? There could be repeated patterns that says, do not take this job. This ain't the one. Try something else. And you just taking it because survival mode, right? And lo and behold, you take the job. But lo and behold, spirit had another play for you in the aspect of, hey, I had another job for you waiting around the corner. You just had to wait a week.
Sorry about you.
So now you're stuck in the same money problems because the job ain't really working out for you. Stuck in the same type of boss, same emotional triggers based off of you being in a rush and you not listening to spirit. Different faces, same lessons. Different place, same message. See, your body is literally telling you what time it is. Your body is a messenger. So I want y'all leave me some questions. Y'all let me know what is the one thing that holds you back from making these opportunities or doing these hunches that feel that takes you into like a survival mode or low vibrational aspect of this thing. Because I want to know, because even when I had my consultation the other day and I was expressing to the God, nigga, if you just took that shot, we don't know where you would have been. But guess what? You back to the I know, Dream. I know I was supposed to do that, but God, hey, I just was afraid. And my thing is this, like, you know what I'm saying? You only got, let's call it one life to live, right? So, okay, take a shot. Take the shot on yourself. Bet on yourself, right? I had, I had, you know, I really wanted that magician book. Where is it at? Right here. Shout out to Phil Cooper. Y'all know I did a build with him or whatever. I used to build with him on the phone and everything like that. And nobody had it. It was out of print. Yes, I'm the one that brought the original copy back. You see it, Dreamwise. Can't make it up. Just tell you what it is. Out of print for years. Nobody had it. The book was absolutely extinct. Right? Absolutely extinct. Boom. I did a ritual. The magician, I really wanted a physical copy. Physical copies was like 1,500 at the time. I was like, all right, well, that's out of my budget. I ain't trying to do all that. Boom, long story short, did the ritual. Maybe a week later, had a dream. In the dream, Phil Cooper was in the dream. I woke up 3:30 in the morning because Phil Cooper was in the dream. It said Phil Cooper and eBay. It was just a funky dream, whatever. Woke up 3:30 in the morning, went to eBay, found the book. Not only found the book, found Phil Cooper himself too. The motherfucker, me and him built a relationship. I bought all the books on the thing. I think I spent like $400. He sent me a real copy of The Magician and some other books. Boom. Then right after that, essentially, I talked him into bringing the book back into the existence. He was dead in the waters. He didn't realize, right? Go look at my Phil Cooper Sunday service I did. I brought all my Bro God Tribe because I know it was going to be exciting for him. Sure enough, we had a good time on that bill. Sure enough, I started selling the book. I sold probably hundreds of these physical copies, this cover book. Long story short, me and him kind of broke off our relationship just because he felt like I was talking about, which I don't understand why he would think that way. I was talking about Caucasians not really being real.
Sorry about you.
I wasn't talking about him. I was just saying, like, look, nigga, I'm a teacher of Layla Africa. You feel me? So in my mind, I'm thinking neuromelanin rules the world. So I guess he caught the live. Me and him talked about it on the phone. And then after that, it was just awkward and shit. And he really just, but I'm like, nigga, I was telling him, nigga, you're black. It's okay. And he's like, no, I'm actually white. Oh, okay, my bad, guy. Fuck with your work, but okay. But he told me all this, he got his work from Ophil. Ophil got his work from, he was a student under Ophil. And, the stories keep going on and on. But sure enough, you best believe Ophil's person was melanated. Message. So, hey, I'm just telling you what it is. So that's the importance of dreams and your synchronicities, right? And your messages. Because again, like if I didn't wake up and go straight to eBay and take a shot, I would have never met the guy, and I would have never had physical copies, signed physical copies, by the way. And y'all wouldn't have never had them either. Everybody that was here during that time to get the physical copy signed. And I still got a few of these somewhere in the works. And I got an original copy because I only know what's going on with this copy, but I got an original copy from the early 90s and shit. So you know how that go. Repeated patterns, repeated dreams. you know, you see yourself being chased in a goddamn dream over and over and over again, you're gonna have to wake up and say, all right, I'm just ignoring that dream. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep on ignoring that. God damn. No, you're gonna have to do some investigation on that because you running away from something. You running away from something in this third dimension that you need to stop and punch the bully in the face in order to get to your next level. Message. You keep on seeing yourself in a dream missing a damn flight. You can. I was telling the goddess the other day, I said, she was telling me, man, I seen myself dream I was missing a flight. She didn't have, it wasn't repeated, but I'm just making a joke out of it. And I was like, well, you know, the flight taking off is essentially you taking off into another level of consciousness. So you missing the flight is essentially you missing your, you know, your spiritual upload, right? Because again, now you can break into another level if you do the spiritual work and not run from it. So then guess what? That might entail fasting, right? That might mean you have to meditate for an hour for the next 30 days, right? That might mean you got to pick up one of these books and really get deep into the book. Oh no, everybody's different, right? But if you're just missing a flight in your dreams, just understand that spirit is telling you like, nigga, you got higher ways of thinking to involve yourself in. Stop saying here on this low earthly stuff. You keep dreaming about being stuck somewhere or by something, you know you need to wake up quickly because you will be stuck in a stagnant waking life if you don't break out of that. Y'all leave me y'all dreams, family. Leave me y'all dreams. Let me know, baby. Let me know real quick. One. Code 1, baby. Somebody got one out here. Come on, let's decode 1. Dreams at night, baby. I'm coming on at night. Dreams at night. I'm gonna try to come on at night. Some of these nights, dreams at night. I know somebody can leave us a good dream. Watch. Make sure it's a real dream too. So and then, you know, okay, so a lot of times this is what I do see. People keep on saying, man, I keep on running into the same problems, same experiences, same troubles, same missteps, same, you know, same, it just keeps on, something just keeps on happening. It's the same. And again, you gotta have to really step back and focus on the invisible language that spirit is telling you. Because again, if you're just running on this hamster wheel, then there's something you're missing, and there's something that you got to realign yourself to be able to let spirit in, right? It could be, you can see your messages on receipts through numbers, right? Same repeated numbers. Let's say you keep on seeing a number, like, let's call it, what's today's date? 8/18. Let's call it 818. You keep on seeing 818, right? Now, you know, 8 means infinity. 1 is you, the one, Neo, or masculine energy. And then 8 again is the infinity energy, right? But then further than that, you can even break the numbers down gematria style, right? Or you can break them down in the word, in a word way, right? And just really kind of figure out why you keep on seeing this 818. There's some reason why you keep seeing it. It's going to come up in a way that surprises you, right? We in the Patreon family did it millions of times. You're sitting there like, damn, why is this coming up right now? What is this? What is that? And 20 minutes into the build, got it. Got it, coach. Straight up and down. All right, here we go. We got some dreams. Kuan Yin was in my dream, and I seen a snake in colorful colors. Oh my God, six-pack man, you know what that is, baby. Come on now, you playing? Now have compassion, right, for yourself, so your Kundalini can rise, and your chakras, and you have to balance out your chakras. So remember, this is about having compassion for your human. And a lot of times when we don't have compassion for our human, essentially we're our root chakra is still blocked, our sacral chakra and our solar plexus. So basically just saying, do your healing work so your Kundalini energy, your sexual force energy can rise, so you can become more conscious and enlightened. The Alchemist Lab, what's up, baby? What's up, Chicano? What's good? I keep having dreams of taking a holy sword and sorting evil people that surround me in the face on some Conan shit and getting vengeance on gang stalkings. Okay, so remember, your sword is your word, right? Put the S behind the D in its words. So, and half sorting evil people that surround me in the face of some Conan shit, and getting vengeance on Gong Sang. So what you got to do is just do your affirmations, the Alchemist Lab. That's all it's saying, is speak out loud to yourself. Speak with power, speak with love. Remember, your sword is just your words. So don't speak hateful stuff to yourself, because again, everything is just a reflection energy, right? If you're speaking down on somebody else, or you're trying to chastise somebody else, then that's just also a reflection of you. So you want to think about it as, let me speak myself up into a loving atmosphere. So everybody should be doing this. Look in the mirror, family, and speak out loud to yourself in a powerful way. You feel me? Everybody should be doing that, because that's a and and fake it till you make it, because sometimes you just don't feel that love for yourself, but eventually it's going to tripwire. I've done it and it worked, and then I started getting into my bag heavier and heavier of just focusing and redirecting all my attention on me, because we can get caught up in the world, and the world could move us in ways that doesn't actually serve our greater good. So it's important that we have dominion over our mind. Let's see, what else? So that's good. Alchemist Lab, lunch with Lou. What you got, baby? I keep having a dream of arguing with family members and basically putting them in their place. While in my dream, I feel hella rage during the dream, but when I wake up, I'm peaceful. That's interesting. Arguing with the family members. So, spirit will give us an idea of, this stuff be tough, but low vibrational people just can't be around you, right? You know that, Lou. So it's like, all right, do you want to be in an argumentative spirit, or do you want to be in a peaceful spirit? And I get it. And the family members is the hardest thing to let go of. Like, all my consultations, every single one is our family members. The end, family members. And essentially, the family is a hard thing to let go. But you got to remember, are they really your family? You might be born into this bloodline, but that doesn't mean you actually was trying to be born into an environment and a situation that's going to teach you something about yourself. Family members are the hardest ones. Now, what I tend to do in my consultation is I lean towards, hey, woosah and don't take it personal with the family, because again, a lot of that stuff is human shit, and the humans are just going to keep on humaning. So now you got to understand, when you give your old man that hug, I tell you, I gave some fire ass ritual. I said, yeah, look, this is what I want you to do today. You go over, see your old man, see your mama, whoever it was that was making him pissed off, and just give him a strong hug and just hold him and embrace him. Sure enough, the motherfuckers would not do that shit. I was like, hey, that's gonna set you free though. You gotta think, a lot of times with our family members, we gotta understand, okay, like I can, you can see a life without them, but like family is, oh, we've been together since so long and whatever, and I ain't trying to shit on none of that. And sometimes, you can just make that move and just rip that Band-Aid off and chunk up the deuce. You feel me? But essentially, that is a tough task to ask. So you're going to have to make amends with this person being human. Straight up and down. But you got it, Lou. You know how it go. This shit is human for a fact. What's up, Jazzy? What's good? The alchemist coming with them dreams, baby. It go down. I had a dream also that Hulu, Netflix, etc. is a huge energy harvest ritual. For some reason, the stars from Wicked looked really thin, and they look thin in real life as well, as big sign to stay away. Hulu, Netflix, etc. All of them. Wicked. What? Oh, Wicked was that movie, huh? Yeah. Well, is that's just the attention thing. Like all these things is just trying to get your attention. If you don't know, everything wants your attention. The end. Like you pay with your attention. So the biggest game out here is people understand that if you're just watching them, that's payment. So like Netflix, Hulu, all of these, Apple, right? Shit, when I get off of here, I'm about to be zombied out, nigga. Lioness is back, baby. And that shit fire, boy. What? I'm about to watch episode 3 right after I get off of this bitch. I hope y'all following season 3, episode 3. Lioness is fire. What else we watching? Lioness. I think we was watching that 50 Cent, that new 50 Cent shit, that Fight Land. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep on going with it, but it's cool. Damn, y'all leave some movies for us to watch, because I ain't had nothing in a while in the form of movies or show or TV show. You feel me? Okay, hold on. What? Oh, okay. Okay, I see where. So, one of the aspects that I want the family to understand too is that you can be attached to a certain reality so heavy that everything else is, nah, I'm just going to stay in this little bubble. And that attachment is fucking you up. That attachment is going to fuck you up just based off of, you don't want to change. You just want one specific person in your life. You want one specific job, one same timeline, just to never change and never do anything else. And that fear state vibration is just, again, it's just ego, especially if you're not feeling alive. So I want the family to understand that detachment is not always a bad thing. A lot of times spirit is just telling you to detach from people, places, things, ideas, the nouns, so that environments, so that you can spread your wings and fly. You don't know what you don't know, and that's a very important aspect of this thing. Like, just based off of you not knowing how far you can go is a real thing. Have you ever sustained for a long period? Could you explain the physical and energetic feeling? It can be difficult. That's a long period is objective. From sex, like my ass is, I'm just kind of different. You feel me? But I do semen retention, and well, I don't like to call it semen retention. Uh, Semen transformation, transforming my semen upwards, transforming my sexual energy upwards, kundalini practices. I try to hold my seed for once for a month, at least a month, 30 days, right? So that's an important aspect of this thing, right? The longest I did was like 140 days, and I just recently did that at the top of this year, or at the beginning, at the end of last year, going into this year though. I feel like, your sexual energy is something that you got to protect. There's a lot of good books for y'all to read on it that will help you with it. Shiva, the Wild God of Power and Ecstasy, very good book. But Shiva, and how he used to be busting up all kind of nuts and everything, just sex. And then he understood once he controlled that energy, he gained everything else. You gotta remember, fellas, these goddesses are out here to take your light. And if you're disciplined enough to control that seed, you can get out of the animal and get to God. They got all the Hindu sex, tantric stuff on the walls. This is a good book. We read it in the Patreon. Very good book. The Secret Science of Black Male and Female Sex. TC Carrier, right? This definitely will help you a lot. Shout out to the guy, Black Brother, TC Carrier. Secret Science of Black Male and Female Sex. I got the whole series on this on the Patreon, so if you want to listen back to it, go to the Patreon and listen back. What else book? Ecstasy through Tantra, right? A lot of times we've been tricked. We didn't know what this sexual fluid was, and we got tricked into using it for our demise. What else we got? Trust. It's not that hard to let their ass. I'll tell you, Christianity is for the. Oh God damn! He's like, that's title, boy. Christianity, boy, that's funny. All right, you know it, Lou. You know it. The new Green Lantern's coming soon. I shade Chicano. Okay, the Green Lantern. Did I see the first Green Lantern? I don't even remember if I seen that one. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. You gotta watch it. Tell me what you get out of it. What station is it on? That sounds wild, boy. That sounds like The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. What kind of Piscean goddamn Peter going fishing Bible book is that? Bible movie is that? God damn. Now I'm gonna check it out. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. Nigga, somebody check that out. I'm gonna check it out, dog. Straight up. Dream, what's your take on hoodoo? Voodoo, it's all spiritual systems. You know, you just don't want to get caught up in the name. You want to just understand the spiritual system. See, what we practice is the occult, hidden information of all these spiritual systems. And all the spiritual systems is basically expressing the same thing. Some are initiatory rites, some are polytheistic gods, which is multiple gods. This Christianity thing that we've been tricked into is a monotheistic religion. So it's giving your energy to one entity. When you have these polytheistic systems, they were saying, look, you're all these gods in one. We're just trying to tell you what the expression of them are inside of you. So expression is a big thing down here in this earth realm. We got to understand the importance of expression and how it's actually the conduit of you becoming who you were destined to be. Now, that doesn't mean you got to express yourself just by talking, right? You can express yourself through acting. You can express yourself through dance. You can express yourself through writing a book, right? You can express yourself through making things. You feel me? I got a handyman. He come over to my house. This nigga be doing all type of shit to my yard, right? I'll be having to pay him. And usually I cut my grass myself. I'll be having to chuck him more money. You gotta like, nigga, you did the hell out of that shit. And he just loves to do it because he's expressing himself through his creative endeavors, which is kind of using his hands and making it, there's people that love that yard work, like, and expressing that truth to make the customer feel appreciated or to show them that they're artists as well. So expression is a key and a gateway to your higher self. We got to understand that to the core, because again, that expression is going to help you get into your devotion work. Remember, your devotion work is the work you do for the love of the game, for the love of you. Everybody should have a devotion work. So what I'm doing right now is devotion work, right? Because I enjoy extracting and decoding messages that are looked at on the surface level as logical, but there's something deeper and more meaningful to these messages than meets the eye. So I get a rush out of that. I get a love for that, right? Because it's something that does something to me. That one, it just keeps me in tune with my messages, right? But two, I get to help and be in my Dharma work by giving and expressing game to the family, spiritual game. So, one of the aspects of that is like, and why I did this build today is, well, one, my consultation did kind of rub me the wrong way, because and I don't want to shit on the guy, but some of them symbols, like if you see some symbols that's really, really strong and you don't go after it, then that's shame on you. Because again, like sometimes this thing doesn't come around, like the moment can happen and you just miss the bus. You miss the boat, and you don't want to miss this boat based off of fear, right? Remember, fear, false evidence appearing real, but you want to be able to understand that do the thing when you're afraid. That's real courage. So when you are feeling this false evidence appearing real, right? Do it anyway, whatever it might be, and that's courage. So there's going to be some fear when you do embark on different things. Like for instance, if you say, I'm going to fast all day, sure enough, that fear is going to pop up like, damn, I know it's going to hurt. I'm going to be thinking too much of that, right? Cool. Sure enough, when you break through the cycle, that's the courage running. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to give in and eat. So, you know, you got to be able to understand, like, courage is in the only way that courage can exist is if there's a slight chance of fear. Is there some kind of fear? Or else you're just moving, right? So we got to understand that to the core. Mixing hoodoo with the alchemy. Ashe, call it 7 Up, baby. Old school movies. Yep, Nikki, I love old school movies. You know that's the movies for real. Dr. J in it. The movie is based on the Pisces sign, which Dr. J is. Oh, okay. Dr. J is in it, and the movie is based on the Pisces. I know. I seen when you said fish. What it said? Fish saved the fish that saved Pittsburgh. What's the movie about? The movie is based on the Piscean sign, which Dr. J is. Wow. Okay. That's fire. I'm going to look into it again. Jim, if you ever do a Bible esoteric breakdown, Gospel of Philip, they got a tantric marriage in that one. That would be dope. Philip in the Bible. Okay, that's fly. I got to read up on Phil in the Bible, but yeah, that's fly. That's fly. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir. Love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. I want to give y'all this game. I'm gonna start coming on at night as well. I'm gonna see how much energy I have for the nighttime scope. And shout out to everybody on the TikTok as well. Shout out to y'all. Keep doing y'all thing. And yeah, man, I'm gonna see y'all very, very soon. Oh, Wise Wednesday tomorrow. Wise Wednesday tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. What are we talking about? We are talking about, today I was talking about academics on the Patreon. So y'all check that out. I went in on his ass because this nigga got an egregore spirit that he keeps on evoking into the lexicon of our Christ consciousness kids. And I'm just sick and tired of seeing it. So I'm like, all right, nigga, this nigga is definitely an agent. Definitely an agent, because that energy is keeping kids into their egoic states that's not serving their greater good. So yeah, family, I love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace to the gods.